Hey everyone, Joe G with Touch of the Brush Model Weathering, and in this episode we're going to give you a whole new Evansville Junction Model Railroad layout update. This is going to be a very exciting update as we made a lot of changes to the layout. As I have said in recent videos, we have revamped the entire track plan, and we have got rid of the Bell Community Branch layout completely, and we moved it up here on the Evansville Junction layout, and we're going to give you a tour of all the new changes that are taking place so that we can start modeling the 1950s. Here is an overall view of what has been changed. As you can see, it looks a lot different than what we've had in the past. Just give me an overall view. A lot of changes, a lot of different stuff. So we're going to go through everything here with you guys so that you can see all the different changes that we have been working on, and maybe have a drink of Dr. Pepper in the meantime. So to start this update, we're going to be starting here on the outside of the layout, and this is the largest change to the entire layout. As you can see from the previous just go around, you can see the main line has been ripped up. That is because we are extending the layout just a couple of inches so that the main line can be extended out here in this diorama that we are creating. And this diorama is going to be a beautiful winter scene. From top to bottom, all the way down, is going to be mountains, snow-covered mountains. They represent a little bit of Donner Pass, a little bit of the Virginias, West Virginia, and it's just going to be maybe actually a little bit of Arkansas too, because there's going to be a little bridge scene that I'm going to put over here. It's going to be actual trestle. It's going to be based off trestle number 1 in Winslow, Arkansas, and this whole scene here is now going to be one major winter scene, and the double main line is going to go around the entire perimeter of the layout. Now, the difference is from the last track plan, these main lines are not going to have any switches. They're going to be completely separated from the switching operations. I would love to have just the trains running as a showcase and going through beautiful scenery for the main lines. Now, the other thing that's going to be different is the entire main line is going to be raised up 4 inches from the base of the scenery here. So the entire main line all the way around will be raised up 4 inches, and the bottom level will have the branch line, and that will have all our switching operations, so we can do our switching videos. That way the mainline trains are totally separate from the switching operations, and then we can have all the different kinds of content as we start transitioning into the 1950s modeling and into these new models that we are going to be collecting. We can have some nice videos and beautiful scenery, and that way the trains look so nice going through all these different scenes with these videos. Another reason is that we're going to be creating this in a parts series video. I don't know how many parts we're going to have, but it's going to be a bunch of videos on the construction, all the way from just the revamping of the fascia boards all the way to the scenery and the trains running through the scene. The number one goal is to have this entire scene, this entire diorama completed before the rest of the layout. Now, I'm going to have the main lines running, but I'm not going to worry about the branch line just yet. I may get some work done on it here and there if I want to take a break from the diorama, but the diorama is going to be the main thing that everybody's going to see walking into this room, and I want this to be completed, and so that we can have some really nice videos. And also, this is going to be part of the NMRA Golden Spike and Master Model Railroader certificates. So there's another reason why I'm doing this. Also, I'm starting to write a little bit of blogs, get back into writing some articles on the processes and all the different kind of steps on building this diorama, so I can submit them to a variety of different magazines and see where it goes. And hopefully from here we can do more and more content to share with everybody, and everybody in the model railroad community, as well as all different kinds of art fans and artists as well. So we're now back inside the little studio, and now the main line will go through this hole here and into the city scene. We're still going to design the same city scene, except having a fake line that goes below, above the layout. That 4-inch in height will give the trains going past all the different kind of buildings and through the city, and there may be a elevated station. But then the tracks are going to go around this way further back towards the wall. As you can see, the bridge has been removed. This is still going to be Shirley's Township. We're still doing the fall scenery, and the fall scenery is going to go all the way from basically this divider where that wood is, all in the shelf, all the way around through there. And so we're going to forgive the little camera shakiness as I'm doing this handheld. And so let's see here. So we're going to have a bridge in the foreground that will be an old timber style bridge, and maybe a covered trestle above for the double main line, not sure just yet. And so you have different elevated and a different kind of height of, well, a variety of height for the different bridges. And so the main line, let's move this out of the way here. Still got Dr. Pepper bottle in the way. We're going to move here. The main line will go against the wall like it is, but it's going to be raised up. And then it's going to go into the outside diorama. Alright, so removing that pesky Dr. Pepper bottle, we're now going to follow where the diorama will be, which would be right in the foreground here. And it'll be a little tight of a curve, possibly, we'll see. But there is what's going to look like here. And the branch lines, now this is the Bell Community branch. So the new Bell Community branch is up here. And while the trains are off in the distance and the snow-capped mountains of West Virginia or out in the Pacific or the Northwest of the United States, the switchers are going to come in here, and we're going to have a variety of different industries. This is not the exact track plan, but just give you an idea of what it's going to look like. But here we got some siding, some industries to be switched, some buildings. As you can see, they're completely different and completely separate from the main line. And so we'll have cars going out there probably underneath the bridge while the main line crosses over there like it's going to a distance. And in the foreground here there'll be some more industries, and then the branch line will continue paralleling yes, the main line for some distance before separating again. And so this will give some peekaboo. I call it the peekaboo because that's what it is. The main line will go in and out of the layout as we have the switching operations switching and doing their thing, and this will separate the scenes a lot more. That way we can have a variety of different kind of trains, and since we're going to be running 1950s, 90% of the locomotives and cars are a lot shorter than the modern stuff, so the train will disappear more often. And so this is what the plan is, guys. This is the new, improved, and hoping the next few months to have the main line running, since I don't have to worry about switches, and half the track is already here, just got to be raised up. And once the main line is running, then we'll start the scenery on the diorama, and then from there we'll work on inside the layout here. So guys, thank you for watching. This is Joe G with Touch of the Brush Model Weathering. Stay tuned for more updates and more exciting content coming up in the near future.